ugly.
Real-time strategy game. Yeah, I know. If you're anything like me, then you agree that you have no idea what the hell is going on here and assume that RTS as a collective genre is simply not for you. I just assumed it was dumb nerd shit and went pecked playing my P. However, I do love Warhammer 40k. It's badass and a perfect outlet for my racism.
Die, you filthy Xena scum!
So I was willing to make an exception and be bribed by Michael to try Dawn of War.
Kill them!
Oh my god, he's so dead. I clicked onto one spot on the map and it's actual just war.
Remember, brothers, it's never a war crime the first time.
Dawn of War is a real-time strategy game set in the same universe as
Giant Demon Fat Man in Space.
a game that I have recently found an obsession with, and am here making a short video about it to justify the many late nights spent with friends, spamming guardsmen, being destroyed by AI, and getting shot in the back by infiltrated units that I know are there, but I just can't prove it. The release of the new Dawn of War Definitive Edition remastered the game and optimized it for new systems. Pumping new life into this 21-year-old game made for a perfect opportunity to drop the video I was making to yap a little bit about a different game. Michael, this is your chance to be in a video. Say hi.
I did it.
Alright, you lost it. No, it's alright. Close done. Dawn of War is a good RTS that is old enough to drink, so naturally it's ripe and not buggy in the slightest.
Son of a bitch.
The remaster made sure to update everything like the UI, advanced pathfinding,
Why the fuck is the basilisk going over there?
and whatever bugs are fine because the game looks pretty.
Graphics by ATI! ATI, my ass!
If you happen to not know what Warhammer 40k is, I am not the person to explain it to you. It's badass, awesome, and also an extensive universe first started as its hobby-focused tabletop game that expanded into a massive franchise set in the 41st millennium when humanity is a spacefaring species and interacts with alien life. So of course they work together for prosperity, peace, and of course not. Humanity's extremely xenophobic and aliens are extremely xenophobic. They hate each other so much, whenever humanity's god emperor became bedridden in a chair as a psychically conscious corpse as a result of one of his 18 sons betraying him for the 4 space satans, then requiring the sacrifice of 1,000 human souls to remain so, where humanity is then dedicated to the emperor's massive space empire of weapons, mass destruction, slavery, warfare, murder, and essentially everything. Hell yeah.
What the fuck?
Dawn of War is fairly easy to understand. Expand influence through military action that is funded by green, made by generators, and blue, made by points you capture and build listening posts on. These two materials make for a good balanced experience where you are incentivized to play offensive as well as maintain what you have in order to afford that good shit. Dawn of War ends up feeling like a map-wide tug of war in constant battling, assuming that you know what you're doing.
Why are you stuck? How are you stuck? Move, cunt!
Every army has different units that do different things and are effective against certain types. Think of your build order like rock, paper, scissors, where you mean to counter an opponent, except you have to build a chapel to play rock, which is unlucky because everyone is broke. Hurry up, buddy, there's an army of zombie clankers on their way, and you still gotta get plasma pistols for that heavy infantry counter.
Fuck that, I use my army of Flammenwerfer to very flaming over the enemy and burn the heritage to the ground! Victory is mine!
Every faction is unique and has their own lore, but I play Guard and Space Marines, so I couldn't give a shit about you Xenos scum! Fire! Okay, but seriously, all of the vanilla factions slash races are tons of fun. Even though I have the preference of the human factions, I love playing all of them, except for the Sisters of Battle, but that's because their AI is bullshit.
Why did you smell it? Why did you smell the gun? Why would you do that? No, don't put your fucking head down. We saw that shit.
Every faction has some sort of interesting mechanic. Like, the orcs have the WOG... Fuck! The orcs have WOG, which you need to make more and better units. You gotta, I can't, it's called fucking WOG. I haven't played regular Eldar lol, but I played the Dark Eldar. and they have extra abilities that you can activate when you collect soul essence off of fallen enemies, essentially making the optimal strategy for this faction to just throw shit at the enemy and feed off of corpses. Figuratively, the Tau's Kroots do that literally. I was actually shocked to find how much I enjoy playing the Tau, or to put it simply, the Fishweeb faction. They have these early game stealth suits that other teams can't see, allowing you to do stuff like this.
Yeah, they're trying to cap a point, but the stealth suits are there, so they're just so fucking confused.
Did you know that there's a Tau first-person shooter on the PlayStation 2? Why does nobody talk about this?
My greater 40k experience comes from these games, so I had no real concept of the Fishweebs, definitely not just elves, zombie clankers, or the nuns with guns until I played this, meaning that I would consider this a decent game to understand the factions and get their general vibe. I get to be so racist. It's enough to make a grown man cry. It's really not something you get in a lot of 40k games, the interaction between all of these races and whatnot. I feel like Chaos and Orcs are the bigger races paraded around, apart from, well, you know, the poster boys, Space Marines, and Guard. But here's almost everyone, except for all of these. It was 2004, comes with Slack. We have mods for this reason.
A bunch of paranoid gay men who hang out with Jawas, wait for their narcoleptic father to come home.
Why do I love Dawn of War? That's the million-dollar question. Mostly because I like 40k. I think that's the biggest reason, as this is the first real 40k game that captures that tabletop vibe, having all of these factions you can LARP as, fight each other. Having individualism in strategy and player personality makes this game a lot of fun. Army Painter is something else that allows you to personalize your army. For example, I like to run Imperial Guard and Space Marines, so I painted up the Blue Bastards and Le Bataillon Elementaire.
Le Bataillon Elementaire.
La patrulla la merde.
I want to play
La patrulla la merde.
Le Moya.
40k's vibe is another big reason this game is just so good. Having a map that takes place around the wreckage of a massive Imperator Titan is just so cool. The unique buildings that every faction also has is just perfection. It fits their whole vibe and aesthetic.
Pile of guns. The mech shop. Why is this faction really fun?
The Eldar buildings are these abstract, almost mythical, futuristic towers, while the Sisters of Battle have everything looking like a fucking church. Nothing feels the same and maintains the personality and expansiveness of this huge-ass fucking universe. Another reason I fell in love with this game is also because it's just very accessible to a new player of RTS. I don't give a Tyranid's ass about this genre, however, my favorite games are usually the ones that are easy to get into, tough to master. A game that is accessible and allows you to traverse a high skill ceiling, which Dawn of War does quite easily, is amazing. I sucked because I would just spam guardsmen and vehicles, which was fucking hilarious and worked on easier difficulties, but on higher difficulties, the importance of general type units is immense, and taking advantage of the ability to equip squads with different weapons for countering unit types is also very important.
Execute. Huh. Yeah, sure, execute, why not?
This game is fast-paced in all the ways that I love, and the fantastic modding community exemplifies that aspect by just adding more. I personally can't wait for mods like Unification to become more compatible with the Definitive Edition, just because these mods are so big and so good. They also have my two favorite factions as independent races, but mostly on the original version, they crash, like all the time. And once that patch comes out, you'll get to play Unification without crashing every 3 minutes. Let's fucking go!
Hello, editing me here. You can play it. Like, the UI's a little broken, but, like, it works perfectly fine. Okay, bye.
While I was editing this video, Gamescom happened, and they decided to announce Dawn of War 4. Mind you, I still haven't played Dawn of War 2 or the other one that apparently doesn't exist, but I thought I would still do it the justice of at least mentioning it, giving my honest thoughts and opinions. So here we go, Dawn of War 4 trailer. Yeah, it's got a pretty cool cinematic. You know what? It's cool, but I only really care for the gameplay, and the gameplay we got is yeah, I have no idea what is going on here. This looks like a bunch of nerd shit. This genre's probably not for me. Dawn of War isn't so much the funny moments type of game, seeing as you're commanding the action rather than an individual participant in it. So my making of a video on it is already quite weird, but I just love talking about niche garbage. Not that Dawn of War is garbage, and certainly not niche. The servers were chock full on release, even with the Battlefield 6 beta out. Battlefield 6? Trash! I play the game where you command the racists to steal resources to fund their military complex.
Keep cranking out that requisition, boys. We got 5 more hellhounds coming out.
In conclusion, Dawn of War is pretty good. Thank you all for watching my 10-minute shitpost poorly explaining a beloved game. I would greatly appreciate it if you would feed me numbers in the form of likes and perhaps even a subscription. It helps a lot, and thank you for watching. I'll see you probably next year.